Coming up on this edition of The Buzz, Brandon Routh joins us to talk about his latest movie, Out of Order, which features a star-studded cast and how it sort of resembles that of the comedy classics of old. Plus, Michael Rosenbaum, the host of the podcast Inside of You, talks about his latest children's audiobook, The Talented Farter. I'm NaVell J, and The Buzz at BuzzWorthy Radio starts now.
The buzz. The buzz. The buzz. The buzz.
The buzz is on.
The buzz is on.
The show that gets you up close and personal with some of the hottest stars. Now, here's your host, NaVell J.
What's going on, guys? It's NaVell J. and welcome into a new Buzzcast here at BuzzWorthy Radio. We have a jam-packed show for you today. Later on, we had the chance to sit and speak with someone who I have been dying to get on the show for so long, and we finally had the opportunity to do so. Michael Rosenbaum, who many of you know from the series Smallville, stopped by to talk about his children's audiobook, The Talented Farter. We also spoke with him on hosting the podcast Inside of You. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. It's wonderful, it's very insightful, and it's very real. It's so down to earth and so real. I'm saying that word again because it is. You don't really see a lot of podcasts that are like that. So I love that he brings that to the forefront and to the table. But first up, Brandon Routh joined me to talk about his newest film called Out of Order. It's a star-studded cast. Sam Huntington, Luis Guzman, Sandra Bernhard, and Brooke Shields star in this comedy that a lot of people related to Robin Williams-esque type of comedy. Hear how Brandon responded to that comparison in this interview. He was great. I've seen this movie. It is absolutely funny. If you have the chance to see it when it does come out, when it is available, please do so. It's absolutely fantastic. Check it out, our interview with Brandon Routh. We are back here with Brandon Routh, and I am so excited to talk to you because, first of all, Out of Order is very funny. I watched it last night.
You did?
Yes, I was cracking up with a lot of it, especially with Sam Huntington's character.
Oh yeah, good.
He is absolutely fantastic, and just the two of you working opposite of each other again in this film was pure hilarity. So it was
I love that.
It was a fantastic movie. So not only did you star in it, you also produced it.
Yeah, I helped. Not in the get it going from step one type of production, but was a big part of helping get Sam involved and making it into the film that it was. Yeah.
So let's talk about the movie a little bit because you played John in this film, and he lost. Not giving too much away, guys, but he much lost his girlfriend because I guess in her vision, he wasn't really a man or man enough to fulfill her needs, basically. And basically told him he has to grow up. And his idea of growing up just leads to a whole cluster of situations.
Right. He got the wrong message. Both he and John, Paul take the wrong message from what Lisa O tells him. But that's a general kind of male problem, I think.
Well, you got an amazing cast in this movie. I mean, aside from Sam, Brooke Shields is also a part of this.
Yes.
And Luis Guzman, who I absolutely adore, he's also in this movie. And
Yes.
he also did steal some scenes in this as well.
Absolutely.
And what was it like just working opposite of those two powerhouses, in my opinion, anyway?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've been a fan of both of them for a long time, and definitely a fan of Luis's for quite some time. So to be able to have that kind of screen time with him and go kind of toe to toe with him in a lot of that stuff in the jail and stuff we did was quite a bit of improv. So it was just fun.
I was wondering that. Yeah.
Watching him and then trying to react to all the fun, quirky stuff that he was bringing up. And they both help ground the movie in such a important way because it is so kind of out there and farcical in some ways. Outlandish that this could even happen.
It's definitely one for the books for me because I will say, and hopefully this isn't a a spoiler. But when I did see the poster, I was assuming you were playing a dual role, not realizing that it was you're basically the same person,
Right.
basically having to act as someone else. So that's how I took it initially. So when I watched the movie and saw that my interpretation of that was wrong, I was like, "Oh, this is actually funny." And I
Excellent.
and I wanted to also shout out before I forget, Ms. Bernhard,
Yes.
as well in this movie, and she was just absolutely fantastic. I mean, there really wasn't anything that I did not find that was to the opposite of love. It was such a fantastic flick just all the way through. It didn't even feel like a movie. It felt like I was watching a television show, which I love.
Yeah, yeah, no, I like that. It feels very comfortable and kind of the rhythm of it is very interesting and something that's more of a throwback to more of a 90s, maybe early 2000s style of comedy
Yeah.
than what we kind of currently see, which I think hopefully is refreshing or it might be jarring to some people who are not used to that kind of feel, but it has a fun and interesting pace to it that is, you know, uniquely comforting, I think.
I think so. And you touched on something that I was actually going to pinpoint with my next question was, how do you feel about the fact that people may come to see this movie as something of the, from what I hear, could be described as the Robin Williams type of comedy?
Oh, I mean, I mean, I shy away from that comparison because he's such an amazing talent to put the movie or anywhere near it. His comparison is is I mean an honor, but even to talk about it in the same sentence, I think that's because it's very kind of there's a Miss Doubtfire-esque
Yeah.
energy to it, as John is trying to fix a problem that he created
Yes.
by creating an alter ego, which he's advised not to do. Or at least not to take on this dual role, but he's kind of in his naivete and stupidity does it anyway to our amusement.
Yes. When you guys get to see this, it's just you're gonna see some parts in there where we talked about initially with improv scenes, and there was a scene in particular with Sam as Paul, where John gets Paul involved in this case that I just literally was like, huh, wonder if that scene was a little uncomfortable, but it also looked like, that was also funny. I really don't want to give what it was in the scene, but I will tell you, it was absolute. It caught me off guard in probably the best way possible. I was like, huh, this is nice. This was fun.
Excellent.
Um, I do want to touch on Ick real quick because
Sure.
yes, that movie premiered officially at the Toronto International Film Festival last year.
Yes.
It just had its theatrical release in July of this year.
Right. 3 days.
And wow, okay. Didn't know that factoid. But when I found out that Mr. Joseph Kahn was involved in this movie,
Yes.
what what was that like to work with him? Because for those of you who don't know this man, you might recognize his name when you see tons of music videos when
Yeah.
MTV used to air them, and Aaliyah. He worked with Aaliyah. He worked with Taylor Swift. He worked with a lot of big names in the music industry. So, even as well as in films, what was that like to work with him in Ick?
Oh, fantastic. Joseph is an incredible director, and it was a kind of an indie, monster horror comedy that really was made for on a shoestring budget, but looks like it's a studio movie. And it's a joy to be a part of that and to be in kind of a different role for me and different type of genre for me. And look forward to working with him again. Um, Not as much improv on that as there was on this comedy,
Yeah,
but it was excellent, and it's available on Prime now. Not Prime, Amazon. Yeah, well, Amazon and
Amazon
and
Prime, the same thing.
and
Yeah.
the Apple Store also.
So, would you like to see yourself doing more comedy films or comedy roles going?
Absolutely,
Because
I
you
love.
are very comfortable and
Oh,
you
thank
are
you,
very good in this. So,
thank
I
you.
could totally see you doing more comedy going.
Yeah, that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Comedy is my first love. It's the thing I like to do most as an actor and as a human being is make people laugh and smile if I
Yeah.
can, even on set on the day of filming it. And then to know that it's out there in the world, kind of bringing some light and joy to people's uh, lives every once in a while is great. One of the biggest reasons I took this role is because it was such a kind of demanding comedic
Mm,
performance, two-handed, as it were, and the fact that I was pretty sure that that I'd be able to work with Sam on it. Has made
yeah.
it even better as being our third film together. So comedy all the way for me.
Absolutely, and guys, please, when you get the opportunity to see it, please do. It's fantastic. Out of Order premieres in at New York tonight. I believe you guys have a New York premiere tonight. So,
Yes.
congratulations on that, and best of luck. And thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your time to speak with me about it this morning.
Thank you, NaVell, and thank you for helping us get the word out and for the kind words.
Absolutely. Did you know that you could stream and download our podcast no matter where you are? Now you can. Log on to these platforms Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music, and you can download and stream all of our shows from the beginning. That's right, we go back to 2007. Plus, for more information on past shows and upcoming material, you can log on to our website at buzzworthyradiocast.com. Stream and download Buzzworthy Radio where you can get all of your podcasts. Welcome back into the Buzz. My name is NaVell J, and my next guest is someone who I consider to be the reason why I listen to Prelude 1221 by AFI so much. He starred in Smallville as Lex Luthor. He was also an Impastor. He also has his podcast now called Inside of You. But some of you may not know this. He had a book that came out last year, a children's audiobook called The Talented Farter. And while this has its humor in it, it also has a special message inside. I am so excited to actually say these words. Michael Rosenbaum is joining me right now.
Hey, Novella, it's a pleasure. Yeah, I've said it before, but I like to come up with ideas and try to execute those ideas and try to make them happen. And because, a lot of people will just say, "Oh, I want to do that," but they never do. And I was like, I want to make a fart book, but I want it to be the best fart book ever, a colorful little story with real farts. They're my farts. I want the book to be colorful and beautiful, and it's about a little boy whose only talent is he can make his fart sound like anything, whether
Yeah.
it's a ketchup bottle or whether it's a frog or whether it's a power drill or whether it's a musical instrument, a horn. It is just a fun book
The
for
frog one was kind of nice.
the frog one was good, and they're real. So when you're hearing the farts, they're mine, and they're not these short, typical farts that you get. They're loud, long. They're
Yep.
mine, organic. I just had so much fun with it, and the first folks I went to were Simon and Schuster, the first publishers, and they said, "Yeah, we want to do it." I'm like, "Really? You want to
Like
publish
right
my?"
off the bat, that's the part where I'm going, wait, are you
I
sure?
couldn't believe it. And, it was just an amazing experience. And working with the illustrator, Heath McKenzie, who's amazing, and trying to make this book different from all the other fart books. Like this, I think, is the classiest, gassiest version of all the fart books and something you can get as a gift, kids, adults alike. I love it. I'm so proud of it. And, yeah, so we even have a Spanish version that just came out.
Wow.
So yeah, man, it's cool. I pinched
I
myself, man.
I will be honest, when I first heard it, and meaning heard the title of the book, I said, wait, I had to put my glasses on because I thought it first said The Talented Father and not The Talented Farter. So I was going like, okay, this is kind, and then I actually saw it. I said, oh, this is gonna be fun. So
Yeah.
and then when I got into it, I was like, this is actually pretty cool, especially because it's basically as humorous as it is, as I said in the beginning for you guys, the message is that celebrate your own uniqueness. Don't be ashamed of it.
100%. I couldn't have said it better. Celebrate your own uniqueness. That is really what the book is. And it's charming and it's fun. It's not just like crass. I think anybody who reads it will have fun with it. It's on Amazon.
It is
It's
on
only
Amazon.
20, it's like 19.99. I think you can buy two, get one free. they're really well made, hard books. I'm so proud of like I didn't want it to be just some flimsy little book, and these guys did it right. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, I took a look into it and I was like, this is actually pretty nice quality. So it really was very well done. So
Thank
congratulations
you.
on that.
Thank you.
Yes, I do have. So, guys, funny story. The fact that this man is sitting here talking to me right now, I've been a fan of his for so long, and I met him 2 years ago at Fan Expo in Philadelphia,
Wow.
and I get to the booth that he's standing at, and the first thing the woman says to me is, "Be prepared with your phone because he's going to take a lot of selfies." And I said, "You mean there's actually someone else other than me that does that? You mean I actually found my people?
Yeah.
That's a thing?" And then when you did them, I said, "Yeah, that's my people." Because I thought I was the selfie king. My friends make fun of me for that because I always take selfies no matter where I am. And then when I saw yours, I said, bow down to the champ.
Well, you know what? When people go up and they want a selfie, I don't think it's worth it for them to just get one little snap and it's done. I want to do different angles. I'm going high, low, fun. At least so you have 4 or 5 options.
You
So
at
you're
least
like,
get the
that
angles
was
to make us
cool.
look good. That was all I appreciated, homie.
Yeah, so I try to have fun. I try, when people come up to me at cons, this is their time, and I try to give them their moment because they're the reason I am where I am. Without, the fans, I'm nothing, and that's just honest to God the truth. So, I love cons too. I was just talking to Gina Davis, and Gina was like, "I love them. They're so fun. We're gonna be in Liverpool together."
Okay.
So. Um, yeah, it's exciting, man, but I appreciate that. That's nice to hear.
That was fun. And that was actually the first time when I met you. I did not know this, and this makes me so bad as a fan. I did not realize you were the voice of the Flash in Justice League
Yeah.
until that time. Because when the pictures were on the desk, I said, "Why is this here?" And then I Googled it, and then that's when I found out. And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so ashamed. I need to
Well,
leave."
no, you know what? I never thought that doing years of voiceover would amount to much other than, getting paid a little bit, having fun. But I didn't realize the audience out there and how much they love like the Justice League Unlimited and how much they
Such a good
love
show.
different things that I've done. So it's like it's so cool when they're like, I want a picture of the Flash. I don't know who Lex Luthor is. I'm like, all right, great. What's it like playing the good guy and the bad guy? I'm like, they're both great. They're both fun. They're both so different. And I don't have to
Yeah.
shave my head for the Flash. So that's
I was
great.
gonna say that. I was like, you don't have to shave your hair.
Oh,
You now just get to be in a booth and just keep your hair intact. But
amen.
he was so much fun. And when I realized it was you, it just literally added times 10 to it. So that made me more excited when I saw you that day, knowing that factoid.
Oh,
So I'm a little fanboying out at the fact I'm talking to the Flash. So
I love it, man. You don't need to fan out with me. I'm a fan of like so many different things and so many actors. And when they come on my podcast, Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum, if you haven't listened, I hope you will. I just sometimes I'm like, holy crap, William H. Macy is sitting across from me, or
yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland, who's become a friend, and like
Gene Hackman said you were the second best.
second best Lex Luthor. Yeah, so I'll take it. James Gunn came on the podcast and said I was
Yes, you
the
did.
best Lex Luthor. He didn't hire me, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Yeah,
But would you shave your head if he did?
of course.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
I
As
already
long
know
as
what it looks like. I already know what it looks like. I'm
we've
good to
seen it.
go.
We've already seen it for many years, so
Yes.
that's it. But I did watch that you brought up Inside of You, which is very good. And guys, please check it out. I watched one of your recent episodes with someone who I absolutely adored and who I've just met a couple of years ago as well, Barbara Crampton.
Oh, I love her. In fact, she just texted me yesterday and she's like, I'm bringing your Blu-ray over for Reanimator signed.
I
So,
heard her say that she was going to get that to you.
yes.
I'm so glad you did not have to pay $40 for it. So
Yes. It's always nice when you get free stuff. People always like, why do celebrities get free stuff? I'm like, I don't know. I want to take it.
I'm sure, yeah. But it was such a great interview. You know, I watched her when she was on The Young and the Restless at the time because then
Oh man,
you brought up the soap days in the interview as well as Reanimator and everything that she was in. But that's how I knew her, was from the soap days, and she's such a fantastic woman. And watching that interview and what you guys did, that was 100% class.
one of my crushes, Barbara Crampton, Cassandra Peterson, who's Elvira,
Right.
um, Kate Beckinsale,
Wow.
Jennifer Lawrence. Those are my kind of crushes. Yeah, I have some crushes. I mean, you can have crushes.
Jennifer Aniston is always mine.
Yeah, I never was into Jennifer Aniston, but Micah Monroe, Micah Monroe?
No.
She's great. She was in Long Legs. She was in The Watcher. She's great.
Oh, The Watcher. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Now I gotta do my homework some more. But
yeah,
how did you when did you start Inside of You, and how did the concept come about to start this podcast?
yeah. 7 years ago, I've done almost 400 episodes,
Good for you.
and I think so one of my friends, this guy Rob, said you should do a podcast. I'll help you do it. I go, why? He goes, you got a great voice, and I go,
That's
he goes,
literally how it started on my end.
he
That's
goes,
exactly the same thing.
you know a lot of people, and I go, he goes, you can make money. I'm like, okay. So
That was the selling point.
I started doing it, and I made no money. And for a couple of years, I was like, what am I doing? But then I found my voice, and I thought, you have to be as real and down to earth and self-deprecating and just be genuine. Anything you do, if you're just genuine, you'll attract people. And so I think that, and learning how to interview and not interrupt and listen. And as the episodes went along, I got better and better. And, my patrons who support the podcast have supported it for so long. I love them. If you want to join patreon.com/Society, if you want to become a member and support the podcast. But, it's like I'm very lucky. And I always say it's like, I want to find out. I'm like a fan. I want to find out what makes you tick. I want to find how you face adversity. What do you do under stress? Do you ever get nervous? Do you ever forget your lines? How was your childhood? How was the loss of this? You're bipolar. Wow, I didn't know that. Stephen Amell had a anxiety attack on the podcast. And so we had to redo it, and we kept some of that. And, it's like having great guests and them opening up and being real. So it's not late night show like, oh, what are you up to? And ha ha
Right.
ha. It's like you're seeing behind the curtain. And that's why I love the podcast so much.
This is why I love your show as well, because you just said it right on the head as to why I watch it, is because of how real and authentic it is. And that's something that I really I'd like to convey in my shows too, is like I like having fun with my guest on my show, but
Yeah.
also the points that you're making is that you got to be authentic with your show. I'm not getting paid for it, but I love what I'm doing because I am real with it, and I love the people who come onto the show because not only am I fans with them, I love to know about their lives, their come ups, and like you just said, things that are going on mentally and physically and everything like that. It's been a
That's
joy just to do that. And so hearing you saying that on the other side of the coin, to me, I'm going, this is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing.
great. Great. If you're look, do something because A, you love it, not because you think you're going to make money, not because
Absolutely.
then B, be your authentic self and talk about what you want to talk about. People will come. If you're faking it or you're just dialing it in, calling it in, people see through that. I don't think we give listeners enough credit, but they easily can, go to the next podcast. There's so many podcasts. So why your podcast? Why my podcast? And for me, I think if they want an authentic conversation that could help them in some way, if they're having different issues or anxiety or whatever, and they wanted something down to earth and real. So listen to my show, Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. That's all I have to say. Right?
It
This
doesn't
is
it and it
us.
doesn't have to you be exactly, and it doesn't have to. I even said this on my Instagram to everybody. You don't have to be the loudest voice in the room. You just have to be the voice that has some meaning behind it. you have to have meaning behind your voice. And again, people will notice if you're not being real. And a lot of people misconstrue the fact that that's that they don't see that. No, people will pick
Yeah.
up on the fact that you're not real with it, and then they'll tune out because, as you said, there's multiple podcasts out there. What is it about yours that stands out? So,
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I think we're all striving, looking for the same thing, an outlet to express ourselves and giving an outlet to people who want to express themselves and learn more about them. And, they could easily go to Wikipedia or watch a late night show to see what they're doing. But like to get behind the curtain and see what makes them tick and what makes them hurt and what makes them smile and all those things that are all human. That's, I think, what makes a good podcast.
absolutely. And I'm so glad you are doing that. Guys, check out Inside of You on YouTube and wherever else you stream your podcast.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. The Talented Farter is available on Amazon. Please pick up a copy. It's so much fun and it has a nice amount of heart as well into it. And my guest, Michael Rosenbaum, absolute pleasure. We'd love to have you back. Please do not hesitate. The door is always open for you.
Oh, you're the best, NaVell. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Good luck with the podcast. Keep doing your show, man. Keep doing it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That's our show. I'm NaVell J. Lee, and if you want to keep up to date on all things Buzz, log on to our website at BuzzWorthyRadiocast.com. See you guys next time.
Stay in the know. Catch up on all the Buzz podcasts and videos at BuzzWorthyRadiocast.com. Keep getting the latest Buzz with BuzzWorthy Radio, now on Amazon Music.